Everyone, it is not 8 p.m., it's 7 p.m. here at the City Council Chambers at City Hall for the regular meeting of the City Council. We'll call the meeting to order and entertain a roll call, please.
Beaufore. Here. Birgen.
Here I am.
Drenkow.
Here.
Meyers.
Here.
Rathe.
Here.
Schneider.
Here.
And Kangas is absent.
Perfect. We'll move to item C, Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Move to item D, the approval of the agenda.
I will move approval of the agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion by Birgen, second by Rathe. Council discussion, if any. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Section E is approval of the minutes. Approve the October 17th, 2022 regular meeting minutes and the October 24th, 2022 study session meeting minutes. Entertain a motion.
I'll move approval of the October 17, 2022 regular meeting minutes and the October 24, 2022 study session meeting minutes.
Second.
Motion by Drenkow, second by Beaufore. Council discussion, if any. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Section F is our guest councilperson for the month of November is John Pentecost. He's at the invitation of myself this evening, so welcome to the council. I'll let you briefly introduce yourself and give some history.
My name is John Pentecost. I am the manager at Fairway here in town. I've been with Fairway a little over 30 years. I've been at this store back here in Waverly 4 years ago. I moved back. I was here as the assistant 20 years ago in the old store. Originally from Independence. My wife Judy, and we have 3 kids that go to Waverly Shell Rock School here.
Excellent. You know the rules of engagement. We covered those earlier. You can be involved in all the discussion, just don't have a vote. So look forward to it. So we'll move into Section G, the public hearing. Number 1, this is the date, time, and place for a public hearing on the proposition of the issuance of not to exceed $1,500,000 of local option sales and services tax revenue bonds of the City of Waverly, State of Iowa, and providing for publication thereof. Any written or oral comments from clerk?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Perfect, thank you. Any public comments from anybody that's joined us this evening? Seeing nobody rise, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
I'll move approval of Resolution 22-153, a resolution instituting proceedings to take additional action for the issuance of not to exceed $1,500,000 local option sales and services tax revenue bonds.
Second.
Motion by Drenkow, second by Birgen. Council discussion, if any. Hearing none, roll call, Carla.
Schneider.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Drenkow.
Yes.
Birgen.
Yes.
Beaufore.
Yes.
On a vote of 6-0 and 1 absent, Resolution 22-153 is approved. Brings us to item 1B, Resolution 22-156, a resolution declaring an official intent under Treasury Regulation 1.150-2 to issue debt to reimburse the city for certain original expenditures paid in connection with specified projects. Entertain a motion.
I'll move approval of Resolution 22-156, a resolution declaring an official intent under Treasury Regulation 1.150-2 to issue debt to reimburse the city for certain original expenditures paid in connection with specified projects.
Second.
Motion by Meyers, second by Birgen. Council discussion.
I might be a little slow on the uptake this evening, so maybe just a very brief explanation of what exactly it is that we're voting on.
Absolutely. So what these commonly are called are reimbursement resolutions. So when we take on projects, oftentimes we will start, especially with this particular project, before we have funding acquired. So as you approved to move forward the 1.5 million in bonds for the final phase of the Cedar River Park, we may not sell that debt until January when the markets are a little better. Everything gets a little wild around the election, then the holidays, people step out, they've hit their quotas. the markets may or may not be very appealing to us until, say, January. This resolution then allows us to track what we've already spent up until then and be reimbursed, hence the name, for it. Without doing this, you really can't get the money back that you're spending up front. And so that is the point of the resolution, is any project work that's done, and we hope there's a lot done by the time we issue that, we are then held whole when the money is sold. Otherwise, we couldn't do that.
Thank you.
You bet.
Anything else? Hearing none, roll call, Carla.
Rathe,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Drenkow,
Yes.
Birgen,
Yes.
Beaufore,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Vote is 6-0 and 1 absent. Resolution 22-156 is approved. Brings us to the second public hearing. This is the date, time, and place for a public hearing of an ordinance amending the zoning ordinance of Waverly, Iowa, providing for rezoning of a City of Waverly property from R2 Residential District to C2 Commercial District. Any written or oral comments?
No,
Carla?
sir, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any public comments from anybody this evening? See nobody rise, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve second reading of ordinance 1112, an ordinance amending the zoning ordinance of Waverly, Iowa, providing for rezoning of City of Waverly property from R2 Residential District to C2 Commercial District.
Second.
Motion by Schneider, second by Rathe. Council discussion. Joining property owners in attendance this evening as well, Mr. Wells, just for the record. Hearing none, roll call, Carla.
Myers,
Yes.
Drenkow,
Yes.
Birgen,
Yes.
Beaufort,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Vote is 6-0 and 1 absent. The second reading of ordinance 1112 is approved. Section H, public comments for items not on the agenda. Please limit your comments to 5 minutes unless additional time is granted by the presiding officer. All remarks shall be addressed to the council as a whole and not to any individual member. Any public comments this evening? See nobody rise. We'll go ahead and move into the consent calendar, section I. Following items will be acted upon by a voice vote on a single motion without separate discussion unless someone from the council or public requests that a specific item be considered separately. Item 1 is a pay request from Farnsworth Group for the 117 First Street Northeast building renovations for $1,470. Item 2 is a pay request from Hall & Hall Engineers for youth baseball and softball complex for $1,653. Item 3 is a pay request from Greider Construction Incorporated for Waverly Water Pollution Control Facility, WPCF improvements for $266,713.45. Item 4 is a pay request from Terracon Consultants Incorporated for the 117 First Street Northeast concrete sampling and testing service for $30,150. Item 5 is a Class C liquor license for Wartburg College, and item 6 is a Class E liquor license for Hy-Vee Incorporated. Entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar.
I will move approval of the consent calendar as read by the mayor.
Second.
Motion by Birgen, second by Drenkow. Council discussion, if any. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Section J is regular business, item number 1, resolution 22-148, a resolution approving the purchase of a Lexmark XM7355B black and white copier for the Waverly Volunteer Fire Department. Entertain a motion.
I'll move Resolution 22-148, approving the purchase of a Lexmark XM7355B black and white copier from Gordon Flesh in the amount of $2,760 for the Waverly Volunteer Fire Department.
Second.
Motion by Rathe, second by Meyers. Council discussion.
Well, my only observation is that this is not actually the low bid. The low bid is from another company that can't guarantee delivery for 6 months. So this is the second lowest bid. Just reminding ourselves that sometimes we don't take the lowest bid because there are reasons not to take the lowest bid.
Because pieces are falling off the current copier.
Yeah, well, that we probably can't wait 6 months for
Right.
replacement, so.
Right, so.
Deal.
That's unfortunately becoming more and more common, where low bid is stating we're low bid, but yet we may or may not ever get you what you
Right,
bid.
and
Right.
as I recall, we've had issues where people, like, had a bid 6 months out and then failed to deliver in 6 months, so.
Yeah, we've got that happening off and on now, vehicles and now this, so.
So yes, we're definitely better off taking the one that can be delivered within 2 weeks.
So are we doing a maintenance contract with this? I know it's a small item, but are we just, I mean, usually something like this, 3-4 years without a whole lot of maintenance required, and they start falling apart, you buy a new one. But I didn't see anything in here about a maintenance
I
contract.
don't believe we are. In general, we've not done that because of that very reason. You start to add up what it costs us to maybe have some coverage if something happens. By the time something does happen, they've magically expired just after. It's amazing how that works. And we've not really benefited from having them in the past. It's been money spent without really any benefit to us. So we've not gone forward with those. Because as you said, it's a reasonable amount for what it is. We'll get plenty of wear and tear out of it for how many years before an issue will pop up. There are warranties on it to some extent, but the additional maintenance is simply not necessary. We've certainly not benefited from it in the past.
Yeah.
Didn't we just, was that a maintenance agreement we did on a copier for, we just did one a couple months ago, I thought.
Depending on the size and complexity, we do some, but
Yeah.
we'll restate that. This is a simple black and white that it, other than a guy sitting there doing copies for you, it's as cheap as you can get to do it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not a lot of bells and whistles
Well, I
on
think
it.
it depends on how you've got your usage dialed into. If it's not used very much, I mean, this copier could sit there for 15 years and still be good, so.
How old's the other one, chief?
I'd say at least 10, but I don't know. I mean, that's-
So we're at 10 plus,
Okay.
and yeah, you're absolutely right. It will last a very long time, the amount of usage we have.
I was advised that they might do 25 to 30 copies per week.
Yeah.
And we just felt that for the price of the maintenance agreements, that it wasn't, feasible. And I will add that this is the second time we put it out for bid, and that was because of the timing of the lead time of the copiers.
Hearing nothing further, roll call, Carla.
Drenkow.
Yes.
Birgen.
Yes.
Beaufore.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Vote is 6-0 and 1 absent. Resolution 22-148 is approved. Brings us to item 2, Resolution 22-149. A resolution approving change order number 3 to the WPC Facility Improvements 2020 project. Entertain a motion.
I'll move approval of resolution 22-149, approving change order number 3 to the WPC Facility Improvements 2020 project in the amount of an $11,428 increase.
Second.
Motion by Drenkow, second by Birgen. Council discussion. Hearing none, roll call, Carla.
Drenkow.
Yes.
Birgen.
Yes.
Beaufore.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Vote is 6-0 with 1 absent. Resolution 22-149 is approved. Brings us to item 3, Resolution 22-150, a resolution accepting the Eagle Ridge Drive and cul-de-sac extension project repairs as complete, returning or repaying Baker Enterprises cashier's check as the performance guarantee. Entertain a motion.
I'll move approval of Resolution 22-150, accepting the Eagle Ridge Drive and cul-de-sac extension project repairs as complete, and authorizes the return or repayment of Baker Enterprises' $5,000 cashier's check as performance guarantee to Baker Enterprises of Waverly, Iowa.
Second.
Motion by Rathe, second by Birgen. Council discussion.
I just have to say I appreciate the pictures in the packet. They make it very clear of what we're dealing with, so.
Yes.
Well, so the picture, the after repair, is that after or during repair?
Do that after.
This.
Before is up at the top.
No, I know, but, so it's, somebody's looked at it after it rained and it's not pooling, I presume?
I've driven it and seen no cooling,
Okay.
but
Yeah, it's working. I mean, it's,
Okay.
I don't know, Mike, you want to give a brief kind of what they found in the ground out there? We weren't really sure what it was going to be. We thought there could be
Another horse.
pocket, there could be, not a horse. But you never know what you're going to find. So, we give a brief explanation, kind of what happened and what they found.
They really don't know what caused the settlement. So the repair involved removing the 6 inches of pavement, 6 inches of subbase, and then going down another 3 feet and removing the soil and replacing and recompacting the soil. And they had a geotech firm taking density testing there, and I think everyone was a little perplexed as to what was going on, because when they got down to the soil, it looked pretty decent. Certainly nothing that would indicate that, you were going to end up with, I'm guessing it was probably upwards of 4 inches of settlement, where you see the larger ponding. So we were hopeful that this fixed it. This is the same type of repair that we did many years ago. There was some work on Eagle Ridge Drive to the east of the clubhouse, where the homes are located going down the hill, that we had probably, I want to say 6 to 8 locations going down through that stretch, down that hill, that had a similar situation. So this was, the repair that we did here was modeled after that, because it was successful. So we're hopeful this will work as well.
Thanks.
So I have a question. I'm concerned I may be a little off topic, so let me know if I'm getting too far afield. I got a question about the sidewalk along this road. I know that through this area, there's only sidewalk on one side of the street, namely kind of on the south side, or in this case, it'll become the east side. And historically, we've had the property owners are putting the sidewalk in as it goes across their property. But it looks like the last, 100 feet or so along this road, there is no property owners who would be responsible for putting that sidewalk in. Do we have plans for finding ways to connect up that sidewalk? I mean, if it continues all the way up to that road, then we can connect it up with the bicycle trail that goes all the way down to Babcock Woods. Have we thought about what's going on with that sidewalk eventually?
Yes, we have. Trying to install it in November is probably not the best plan, especially later in the week. It's going to be high temperatures of 30. So that stretch that you're referring to is now owned by the city, and it will be on the city to extend it out. And so there have been internal discussions on when would be an appropriate time to do that.
Great, thank you.
All right. Hearing nothing further on the resolution at hand, roll call, Carla.
Birgen.
Yes.
Beaufore.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Meyers.
Yes.
Drenkow.
Yes.
6-0 and 1 absent. Resolution 22-150 is approved. Item number 4 is Resolution 22-151, a resolution accepting the asphalt patching fall 2022 project is complete and approving pay estimate number 1 as the final payment. Entertain a motion.
I'll move approval of Resolution 22-151, accepting the asphalt patching fall 2022 project as complete and approving pay estimate number 1 in the amount of $25,653.10 as final payment to Klusner Construction Incorporated of Farley, Iowa.
Second.
Motion by Meyers, second by Birgen. Council discussion. Hearing none, roll call, Carla.
Beaufore.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Drenkow.
Yes.
Birgen.
Yes.
Vote is 6-0 with 1 absent. Resolution 22-151 is approved. Item 5 is Resolution 22-152, a resolution approving a plat of survey for parcel XX located in the city of Waverly, Iowa. Entertain a motion.
I'll move approval of Resolution 22-152, approving a plat of survey for parcel XX in the city of Waverly, Iowa for Joshua J. Whittinger and Jess J. Murray Whittinger.
Second.
Motion by Rathe, second by Schneider. Council discussion.
Okay, once again, I'm a little confused as to what exactly is going on here. I wonder if I could have a brief explanation. Yes, sir.
The parcel in question is actually being used by the neighbor who's in a farming operation. There's a pasture there and some buildings that really aren't being used, but they're still in existence. In order to avoid those buildings being counted against their accessory building limitation, we decided that that was probably a good alternative to doing that, because that's being used commercial, or being used agriculturally right now. And the size of that property, the accessory buildings can only go so big, even if you have a huge lot. And so we wanted to make sure they could do their full 2,000 for that accessory building that they're building.
So basically what we're doing here is splitting off an additional lot that has buildings on it, so that those buildings don't count toward the square footage of the lot they currently have.
Right.
Okay.
So on the colored land maps, it's basically going to go straight across.
So the top edge is going to continue straight. Is that right?
Yes.
No, it looks like the two buildings, so that where the A1 is, it's
Yeah.
going to go across from there, below those buildings,
Below those
right?
Right.
So that the buildings are now included in the property to the north.
So, and that's where we're shaving off, like that little bit.
And there was a fence line there already, so they just platted along the fence line, because it's not something that they intend to convey to anybody, so.
Anything further? Hearing none, roll call, Carla.
Schneider.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Drenkow.
Yes.
Birgen.
Yes.
Beaufore.
Yes.
On a vote of 6-0 and 1 absent, Resolution 22-152 is approved. Item 6 is Resolution 22-157, a resolution approving a 36-month Elevate on-site 24/7 service program agreement between Birgen KDV Ltd. and the City of Waverly, Iowa, and authorizing the mayor to sign the agreement. Entertain a motion.
I'll move approval of Resolution 22-157, approving a 36-month Elevate on-site 24/7 agreement between Birgen KDV and the City of Waverly in the amount of $5,500 via ACH with annual 3% increases, and authorizing the mayor to sign the agreement.
Second.
Motion by Drenkow, second by Birgen. Council discussion.
I just had a question about the wording in the resolution. It said that the base monthly fee was $5,500, but that's actually an annual payment. Okay, so it's not every month that we're paying $5,500. Okay.
And we were looking to wait a little longer to do this, but we've been getting pushed, whether it's by insurance or others. Cybersecurity is one of the hotter phrases you're hearing. We don't have great training right now. This will help to establish better training for staff and all of us as we're working forward. So it was kind of a necessity to get this done. I know there's other firms that can do this, but we've been with Birgen for a while now. We've worked through a lot of things. We're just trying to continue to finish out a lot of our projects in this time period before we look at possibly other avenues for IT. But we did need to get some better cybersecurity training and things in place, and this will accomplish that.
So the $5,500 is for 3 years of coverage, or annually?
Per year.
Per year, okay.
And that's a monthly. It's
So
not
if
an
we-
annual fee, that's a monthly fee. And that's about approximately what we're paying now.
So it's $5,500 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha, that was my original, okay.
Anything further? Hearing none, roll call, Carla.
Rathe.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Drenkow.
Yes.
Bergen.
Yes.
Beaufore.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
A vote of 6-0 and 1 absent, Resolution 22-157 is approved. Business item number 7, approval of mayoral appointments. There's one this evening. Approve Ashley Smiley replacing Allison Benwart Hales on the Human Equity and Diversity Commission for a term expiring February 24th of 2024. Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the following mayoral appointments. Ashley, or as read by the mayor versus reading.
Second.
Motion by Beaufore, second by Birgen. Council discussion, if any. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Moves us to Section K, reports from boards and commissions. Item 1 is the Planning and Zoning Commission minutes of September 1st, 2022. Item 2 is the Board of Adjustments minutes of September 12th, 2022. Item 3 is the Historic Preservation Commission minutes of September 26th, 2022. And item 4 is the Waverly Senior Center calendar of November of 2022, all received into the record. Section L is staff updates. I know we've got a couple, I believe.
Yes, sir, we do. You guys can rock, paper, scissors, who goes first? I
lost, so.
All right, then, you're going first.
Candlelight Walk was last Saturday. We ended up with 110 humans and 20 dogs, so pretty good turnout for the rainy weather that it started out with at the beginning of the day, but by the time the walk came around, it ended up being pretty nice. So thanks to our volunteers who helped, thanks to those in the room who came out and joined us, and yeah, it was a pretty good time overall. So, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Just want to mention the bag leaf pickup is continuing until November 11th. And also, as time permits, we're still are leaf vacuuming, kind of depends until the weather does not cooperate. Yard waste site will be closing November 19th, unless we see some warm weather come back sometime between then too. As you're aware, we had a water leak continuing right now, actually a water repair out east of town. I haven't got an update recently, but they were getting close before the meeting started. So.
Thank you, sir.
That's all we have tonight, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Move into city council comments. Mr. Birgen.
So I'd like to thank Garrett for a successful candlelight walk. We definitely enjoyed that. I want to remind people to vote tomorrow. I'm sure someone else will put more details on about that, but reminding people the importance of voting. Tomorrow, actually I should say tonight and tomorrow morning, there is a total lunar eclipse that will be taking place. I think it starts around 2 a.m., is noticeable around 3, but from 4:15 a.m. until 5:45 a.m. is a total lunar eclipse. So you can get up and see it. I don't think we're going to get another total lunar eclipse for another 3 years. So if you're up early in the morning, is your chance to see it, assuming it's clear, which isn't a guarantee. And anyone who would like to ask me about city council business, I will be at the Wooden Foot. Please join me for a beer.
Someone filmed that and broadcast it. I really don't want to get up.
I guarantee you can find it online.
Oh my God.
Not to be confused with Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler.
Yeah.
Ms. Belfer.
No comments.
Okay. Ms. Rathe.
Nothing.
Ms. Meyers.
Nothing for me.
Mr. Schneider.
Top any of that.
Right.
Thanks for not trying. Mr. Drenkow.
Nothing tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Pentecost.
I have nothing.
Short and sweet? Well, you hoped it would be? Perfect. I only got two things here. I just want to say congratulations to our football team for having an outstanding season that they did. And Wartburg's continuing to have a fantastic season in their Rivers Conference. Last weekend, we had a bunch of guests to our community in a nonpartisan function, the Governor's Pheasant Hunt. We had 31 hotel rooms that were occupied by individuals that came to Bremer County. Waverly was the host community within Bremer County for that. It was a well-attended event. A lot of people that I talked to at the banquet and after the banquet, we even had some discussions about development in the community and some people eager about our downtown. So that was nice to hear as well. But everybody that I talked to was very appreciative of what they experienced Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and then I had some follow-up on Saturday, and it was a little rainy, but well received. So it's always nice to hear that we're doing good things like that. So anyway, without further ado, we'll seek a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Schneider, second by Birgen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you.